What's going on? Welcome to the 411 podcast. What's going on out there on Instagram? How are you doing? Lash Maverick Essentials. What's going on? Welcome in. We getting ready to go somewhere tonight. I want to say thank you so much to everybody out there who's supporting, people who've been checking me out and holding me down. I definitely appreciate you. But tonight we are getting ready to go somewhere. This is just going to be such a dope experience. So please go ahead and like, comment, share, tag your friends, let them know what's going on inside the 411 podcast tonight. We have a very special guest, Abdu, coming in tonight. So the name says it all. So we're getting ready to do something tonight. So welcome in. Welcome on in. It's Tuesday, which means that tomorrow is Wednesday. So it's Wind Down Wednesday. So we got Brooklyn in the house all for the rest of this week. Brooklyn tomorrow, Brooklyn on Thursday. I got my friends coming in. We're gonna this is a big week for me actually. On so many different levels. This is a very intense week. So just come along on a ride on a 411 reading between the wines. And the one thing I gotta say is stay tuned. We definitely getting ready to go on a ride. So anybody out there on a love train, I don't know if y'all saw those Billboard Awards, but of course, my girl, the queen of hip hop soul, Mary J. Blige, Icon Award, amazing speech. Man, she really was looking just so fly. I love the new Mary J. Blige. Mary's always giving you something new, but this Mary here, I feel is the ultimate Mary. I think the arrival was so long overdue. The true fans out there, I think you understand that the queen is actually really sitting at the throne right now, and that's what's up. But speaking of which, I saw some dope performances on that. Meg did her thing, and I was really thrown back by Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak. They really are basically protecting and preserving. There you go. They're preserving that R&B, that's that soul vibe. So the performance was real dope. But during that whole process, I said, wait a minute, I've heard this before. I heard it back in the 80s, and of course I heard it in the 90s with Drew Hill, Love Train. So this is nothing new. It's a remake. But the thing about it that really gets me is that I'm not trying to say that Cisco is a better singer, but his voice just really fits this song 100%. So I had to go back and listen to Drew Hill, Love Train, 1996, off of the original Drew Hill album, and I just love the way that Cisco just carries that joint. But the one thing that I like about Bruno and Anderson is I love their backup vocals. So it's like one part of the song I like the way Cisco really just his voice just rides that, and it gives you a little bit more of an R&B type feel. And then when you look at the one that's out now from Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars, their backup vocals are just impeccable. And it's like, damn, if you could only get Cisco in on that, you can only get Cisco in and blend all three of them together and do this whole thing again. I'm sure it just would be amazing. But both of them are so dope. But I can't even pick out of the two, from Drew Hill or Silk Sonic. I don't know which one I love the most because I love different elements of it. But anyway, anybody out there on a love train, you know how the game goes. You know it is what it is. That's the way it goes when you're on a love train. So Drew Hill, 1996. Go ahead and listen to that, and also go ahead and check out Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, their version of it. They definitely did the damn thing. And of course, the original was released in '82. So you can check that one out as well. What's going on? I see Mobraz Beats. What's going on? France is in the building. I don't even know if you're still out there, but what's up? We see Bethany out there from California. Yeah, I got to get my bearings straight. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight? We're getting ready to have some fun in here tonight. All right, so I want to say thank you so much to the people who really support and hold me down. Freestyle Sessions Friday was just amazing. We had King Trey in the building, and he brought his girlfriend through, Queen Trey. So we were able to hang out with some of the younger folks, and they were able to teach us a little bit. But we actually taught them something too. And then we have Will. I'm not quite sure where you're from. I think Baltimore, Maryland, something like that. But Will came through. And I want to say, what's up, Nate Perry? What's going on? Brooklyn, New York. Alex Coquito from Puerto Rico. So listen, check out Alex Coquito on YouTube. We have a show together called Midnight Vibes, and it was absolutely funny. I was sitting back watching the replay myself, and I was cracking up. Um, when him and I get together, it's just so funny. Check him out on YouTube, Mr. Alex Coquito, Midnight Vibes, every Saturday, except it won't be this Saturday because I'm going on a little journey, but we'll be back in a couple weeks. But yeah, check out those replays and get caught up by the time that I get back because we definitely got something coming for y'all. Um, Jason T. Davis, all the way from California as well. Thank you so much. What's up to Phoenix, Arizona, Mr. Adam Bullock? What's going on? Thank you for supporting as well. Onyx Blade, thank you for coming through. My friend, Miss Angela, the poet, thank you so much for supporting as well. Author Irene Hill, all the way from Idaho, thank you for coming through. And then we have Stacy supporting from the Netherlands. Thank you so much. So sometimes I have to wake myself up a little bit because I'm in a dream half the time. I mean, we've been all over the place. We've been France, Netherlands, Jamaica, India. The list goes on and on and on. And we getting ready to go somewhere tonight. So this is what happens on the 411 podcast. Totally unpredictable. You have no idea where we're getting ready to go, but you're also going to get something out of it. You get the music inspiration. We take you on a little bit of journey, and we uplift you, and you're able to go off the next day and think about the things that we went through tonight. So we're going to think a little bit more. So what's up? Moraz Beat says, hey, just enjoying the Florida weather. Oh, that's what's up. Lash Maverick Essentials, all the way from Florida. I see y'all out there talking and conversing. That's what's up. I love when people unite and they say, how did you meet this person? Oh, I met them through the 411 podcast. That is amazing. And I love that we are able to make these connections. So let's go ahead and get ready to go on this journey here. And a question I have to ask each and every one of you is, what is the ultimate deal breaker? So the ultimate deal breaker is absolutely not. What's going on, Shanti? How you doing? Absolutely not. I can put up with a lot of things. But guess what I can't put up with? I can't put up with that. You can do anything that you want to do. Trust and believe anything. But this one thing right here, I can't put up with. So what is the ultimate deal breaker for you? Everybody has certain things. So I just want to know. Drop them in the comments. Let me know. You can text me 609-738-0611. Whatever you'd like to do. Just let me know what is the ultimate deal breaker for you. And there's something behind that I have to say. What's going on, Nate Perry? Brooklyn in the house. Come back tomorrow. Check out my brother Nate. We're going to do Reading Between the Wines. And somebody said that somebody going to be real tipsy up in this thing tomorrow. I don't know, but check us out tomorrow. But what is the ultimate deal breaker for you? I used to have a lot of deal breakers. And I used to say, absolutely not. I'm not putting up with this. You got to have this. You got to have that. And I had to think about it a little bit. And I said, you know what? What's going on here? Is it them or is it you? What's happening here? What are you willing to put up with? What are you not willing to put up with? Let's see here. Sean T says bad hygiene. There you go. That's one thing that I have to say. That's still a deal breaker today. Absolutely not. Broke pockets. I feel you on that. Just don't be asking for mine. Listen, we could do this little 50-50 thing. I could spend a little bit on you, you spend a little bit on me, but don't be coming from my pockets because we got enough shit going on. And messed up teeth. All right, now we getting into some superficial things now. You never know. I was talking to somebody today, like, what if that person ain't like spectacular, gorgeous, looking 100%, but they got a beautiful heart? You can get them teeth fixed. How about that? Lash Maverick Essential says disrespect. Oh, I agree with that. I'll tell you what my deal breaker is, because before it used to be all of the superficial things. You got to look like this. You got to look like that. You got to have this. You got to have that. This is one of my ultimate deal breakers today is Man, if you can't communicate, you ain't got nothing for me because we gonna need to talk. Because I've done enough of this, I've done enough of that, I've done enough of losing my mind and looking like a damn fool. But one way that you can go ahead and combat that and make this thing work is if we can talk like adults and communicate and converse. That's the ultimate thing for me. You want to go ahead and do something for me and make me fall in love with you 100%. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to keep me calm. Learn how to keep me cool. And we can communicate. That's the way to win my heart right there. That's the ultimate deal breaker, though. If you can't give me that, then we ain't got nothing going on. I don't even care when it comes to a friend. If you can't communicate properly, listen. With that, Shanti says, at this point in my life, I'm not building any more people in a romantic relationship. Yeah, I mean, why build people up, right? So that somebody else can go ahead and pick up where you left off. You got to build yourself up. I had to learn that. Stop making people your little projects. Stop trying to clean up people and fix people up because when they turn around and they do that 180, now you sitting somewhere feeling stuck. Nah, we don't do that anymore. But with that, I have to ask everyone out there, you expanded your traditional patterns? Have you just expanded from them? I love Steve Harvey for this. Not everybody's going to tell the same lie. When I started looking at my life and started saying, okay, listen, not everybody's going to tell the same lie. You had this situation going on in this situation. You had the same situation show up again. But like the third time I'm sitting here listening and saying, okay, so I understand and I see what's getting ready to happen the third time around. So now you're going to get it right this time. Because if it happens again, not everybody going to tell the same lie. I had to start to look with self and say, okay, what role did you play in this thing here? You are here, right here where you're at, because of everything that you thought, which is a power. Everything that manifested and you spoke is a powerful thing. Not everybody's going to tell the same lie. So the question for you, if you've been through this situation, it doesn't even have to be a romantic situation. It could be a financial situation. It could be something going on a business. But have you looked at your situation and said, I've seen this before. I'm going to need to expand. Because if I don't expand my thought process behind this, I'm destined to repeat the same mistake over and over and over again because it's the game of life. You're going to have to repeat this thing until you get it right. Some people think that they're being punished because why? Why do I continuously keep meeting these same types of people? Why do I continuously keep putting myself in these situations? Oh, trust and believe I thought the same way. Like, man, what is going on? Why is it always me? But then I had to take myself out of the situation and take yourself, take your feelings, take your ego, take the whole situation out of it and ask yourself, what can I do different to come up with some different results? Because if I go ahead and go into the same thing knowing the way that I know how to do it, knowing the way that I know how to get in front and get in front of myself and get in the way, we destined to repeat the same thing over and over again. So we can't do that. Thank y'all so much. Mobraz Beat says Steve Harvey is one of my inspirations to improve myself. Yeah, he's real dope. Listen, Steve Harvey definitely inspired the 411 podcast because I used to listen to the Steve Harvey morning show each and every morning. So I definitely understand where that's coming from. So let's go ahead and go somewhere tonight and reach out to my special guest, Abdul, and trust and believe when y'all hear this, you're gonna be amazed by this conversation tonight.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear
My
you.
voice is clear.
I can hear you good. How are you tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing very good. Thank you
Well,
for asking.
I want to say welcome to the 411 podcast. This is such an honor.
The privilege is mine, Evan.
And I also want to say happy birthday to you. Thank you for wanting to celebrate your birthday on the 411 podcast. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, the question that I ask each and every one of my guests when they come on is I'd like to know where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling you from Dubai, UAE. United Arab Emirates.
So I will have to tell you that you are the first guest from. Actually, no, you're the second guest from Dubai. You're the second guest that we've had on here from Dubai. I was gonna say the first, but you're the second one.
Mm.
But you're the first guest to celebrate their birthday on the 411 podcast. So, so you are a psychologist
In making, yes,
in the making. Okay. So
yes.
what inspired you to want to become this person that you are today?
Mm. Um, this is a very deep question. Let me first take a deep breath and set my intention for this podcast. As I came today with the intention of serve serve the field, serve the humanity by sharing my story, by sharing my voice, by sharing my journey,
Mhm.
and my intention also to be genuine, to be myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We create
this is
such a
my intention
we
for.
we create such an environment here for people to be able to be themselves here, which is important. One thing that I appreciate is each and every person who tunes in. You don't understand that you allow me to be myself each and every time when you continue to watch, when you continue to like, when you continue to comment and share everything. So I know you do the safe space. This is a safe space for you to be exactly who you are.
Yeah, thank you very much. I do really safe, and thank you for mentioning safe space. I'm a professional safe space holder. I do support the group on in ground here in Dubai. Like I have a physical mental health support group. I do that also on Zoom, and I do this in Clubhouse uh, for over 1.5 years now, and for many hours. And
Mm.
I also I also want to answer your question, and it will take me to my journey. Yesterday was my birthday, actually. It's 6 a.m. Wednesday here in Dubai. So it might be Tuesday in your location.
Yeah,
So
it's
still my
still
birthday.
yeah, it's still
So
Tuesday over here in the U.S. So
yeah,
it's
for me it was yesterday, and yesterday I had a very good moment where I was holding a set face, and after the space is done, everyone had celebrated me, and they got me a cake, and I felt it.
oh, I think we're losing you a little bit. We can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. Mm, unfor- unfortunate that we are losing connection. But for those of you joining in, we have Abdul from Dubai. I'm gonna try to call him back because that connection definitely did not sound very well. So we're gonna go ahead and reach out to him. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you.
Hello.
Yeah, that's a better connection. We started to lose you.
Oh, okay.
So wherever you at,
Yeah, I just.
stand.
I hope you can hear me better now.
I can stand still. Don't move. Just talk.
Yeah. uh, Actually, I was sharing that yesterday was my birthday, and after a safe space session, a safe space circle, participants had started to celebrate me, and they bought me a cake, and everyone was happy, singing, dancing, and I was in freeze. I wasn't able to move. I wasn't able to be happy, and I, I I started to feel like I want to hide. All I
Mm,
wanted was hiding, and I took a breeze. And I asked myself, how do you feel? And I heard my inner voice, my inner child voice telling me that I feel like I wanna run.
Mm.
And my answer was simple, like Habibi, I see you. I know this is your first time in your life that someone do a birthday for you. It's my first time. It's your first time in your life to be celebrated, and these people, they are honoring your journey. They are not just celebrating you, and they are also a safe space. So
Mm.
you are worthy. You are worthy, and you are doing the right thing. And I'm here with you. And I felt okay. I started to breathe, and I felt so grateful for that ability to hold myself, to hold my wounded inner child. And I felt this is my gift. This is my real birthday gift because I never had this in my life.
I'm like,
I came from. I hope I'm not taking too much time. Just
no,
please
no,
interact with me so I can.
no. I have
Yeah.
I have tons of questions. I think that this is amazing. So I want to make sure that I get this right. So you turned 30 years old yesterday, and
Uh huh.
that
Yes.
was the first time that you had somebody get you a cake and celebrate birthdays and stuff.
Yes.
Oh wow! Now
Yes.
everyone out there listening, can you imagine? I
I
can't. I
I
can't
do
imagine.
imagine,
Like,
and I'm so grateful.
and
Uh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for whatever I went through, and I'm so grateful to create a safe space for my inner child to be celebrated, and I'm so grateful um, that I am not coming from victim. I didn't feel like, oh my God, I feel so bad. No one ever celebrated me. No, I take it with pride. I take it with proud, and this is coming from very hard work in myself. And this is coming from many complex trauma. I used to. I'm an Egyptian. I
mhm.
live in UAE, Dubai, for a long time now, and I came with many trauma, taboo, culture, domestic violence,
Oh wow!
a lot of, a lot of shit, a lot of shit that, and like over a year and a half ago, I find myself in a very dark space. I had no one. I wasn't able to communicate with anyone, and I went into a deep depression for 3 months. And my addiction behavior, I'm a recovered addict, and I was addicted for 9 years, and suddenly everything hit me
Can you
bad.
touch base on your story is just absolutely amazing already. Um, can you touch base on what you said you were a recovering addict? What were you addicted to?
Well, if it if it if it's a safe space, it's not safe to mention narcotics names,
Oh,
even though if it was something that I used to smoke. Uh,
okay,
I don't want to. I don't feel
that's fine. That
safe
that's
to
absolutely
say the name
fine.
of the narcotic.
Yep.
So yeah, but they made a like a TV series about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now I want to back up a little bit. What's going on, Shar? How are you? You said that this was the first time that your birthday has been celebrated. Is that common? Is that part of the culture, or this is just something that you experience?
No, I can't hear you. Well,
It's
would you please repeat that?
Yeah, as far as you saying that this is the first time that you have celebrated an actual birthday, people have actually sang happy birthday to you, got you a cake at 30 years old. I know you said you're Egyptian, you live in Dubai. Is that part of the culture, or is this just some of the trauma and the pain that you've been through from being experiencing this? Or is that something common that they don't celebrate birthdays? I'm very confused behind this.
Oh, actually, this is coming from like being neglected,
Mm.
and yeah, like back to childhood, family separation, spending a lot of alone, being alone, lonely times, um, being ah, okay, now I have to breathe. I have to I have to
Ta-
trigger warning for everyone.
Take your
Uh,
time. Uh,
yeah, yeah, this is coming from a lot of complex traumas, and yeah, I hope that answers your question.
yeah. Um, I feel for you. Like, I understand that. I know that you're okay because whenever you go through something, especially when things happen to kids. So, for anybody out there that might know somebody or might even be yourself, you might be a teenager. I don't know who's watching or who gets this information, but I truly believe that whenever something happens to a child and it's very traumatic, and it's the ones that carry things with them, I know I'm one of them, where you tend to just carry it with you. And you don't know any better because you're a child and it takes a while for you to evolve. But once you get to that point and there is some, you know, I got it moment, I think that the best is still yet to come. And the reason why you had to go through that is so that you can be who you are today. I think that a lot of people who go through some traumatic stuff as children, it's just part of the destiny, it's part of the plan, and it's part of you needing to know who you are eventually so that you can turn around and give back to people coming up behind you. Do you believe
Yeah,
that?
absolutely, absolutely.
So, even though like some of the things might not be what we want to celebrate or speak about, in a weird way, you kind of at the end of it say, I guess this was supposed to happen. I guess I can't get upset at this person. I can't get mad at this person because without all of those things, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Yeah, yeah. And adding to that, um, that made me so grateful for whatever I've been through. That made me, I'm really grateful for having a childhood trauma because that made me human. Uh, I'm, 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 I'm now very compassionate to myself, to everyone around. It's not only my journey. I can see pain in others, and I recognize uh, darkness, and I can sit with it.
Hmm.
And I would never know. I would never know um, how 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 I'm so how I have a lot in my back. How I can do a lot. How I can believe in myself. How I can make my journey our journey. How I can be a source of inspiration. Only know that because of what I went through. So this is the core. This is the real value, and this is the truth. So uh,
But
uh, even though having an imposter syndrome all over my life, doubting everything, doubting my beliefs, doubting my
mm,
abilities,
mm-hmm,
doubting that I'm worthy, doubting that I can do anything.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm here today speaking to you, and I never had a course in English. I never studied English. This is just me speaking.
Oh wow.
So I'm here today, and even though having that many doubts, I feel so grateful for seeing that beauty of my traumas, for living my doubts, and for being able to identify this is not true, this is true, for being
Mm,
able to validate myself,
mm-hmm.
and not just to take the outside of whatever happening from outside, it just validate me. So yeah, thank you for mentioning and
Well,
sharing what you shared. Really touched my heart. Yeah.
You're so welcome. And I want to tell you that for you teaching yourself English and coming on this podcast, you sound amazing. I mean, we've had some people who know English that come on a 4-on-1 podcast, and let's just leave it at that. But I want to say that that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you talked about doubt. You went through some things in life. A lot of people out there that tune in. We all have something in common. We've been through something. We might be going through something now. But at what point in your life did you realize that you had it in you? When was that shift? Because that shift happens for most of us. When
Absolutely, yes.
when was that
Yes.
turning point for you?
Can you hear me? I lost you actually. If you are
Yeah,
saying that anything, would you please
yeah,
repeat
yes.
so I can?
When did you
Yeah,
realize that there was a turning point? When was that turning point where you realized that I am better than this? I should not continue to doubt myself. I should not continue to be my own worst enemy. I am going to get out of this.
absolutely. Yeah, thank you for asking that. It's a very beautiful question, and actually, it's a process. It's happening all the time. So I'm just giving myself tools to
Hmm.
come over it. So I started with giving my imposter syndrome, my doubts, a silly name. I call my doubts Tum Tum. So whenever I have that silly name in my head, giving me the script that I'm not worthy,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
say like Tum Tum, I see you. This is not truth.
Mm.
But the real shifting moment, it happened like 3rd of March, 3-3. That's why I always love the number 33 because in the 3rd of March, not the last one, the previous year, like 2021, I joined Clubhouse. And that day I was about to take my life. I was
Mm.
so depressed. And
Wow.
that day I was reliving my whole life traumas. I was so triggered. I had no idea what is happening on me. And I just asked it for a message from Divine.
Hmm.
Like if my life really works, if these have any value or have any meaning, please give me a message. And
Oh.
after 2 minutes, I received a message,
Mm.
an SMS that someone nominated me to join Clubhouse. And when I joined Clubhouse, uh, I, 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 I knew I have something wrong in me. This is not me. So I started to search for the word therapy. And I find a club called Too Broke for Therapy, which is sounded so beautiful and so right. And I hit the plus button. I thought I'm joining the club. That's I find myself in a room, and I didn't know that button is creating a room. And someone jumped in saying, "Hey man, how you doing?" I said, I'm not feeling well. I want to take my life. I don't believe anything. I don't
Mm.
believe God. I don't believe myself. I don't believe that my efforts have any meaning. And he asked me to assign him as a moderator. And at the moment I assigned him, I find the room full of people, over 300 person jump in immediately at the same second. If you know about Clubhouse and the algorithm, you will get to know how the algorithm is working. And he
Mm.
just said, "Hello everyone, my man Abdul here needs some support. If there is anyone in the space, please jump in to support him."
Wow.
And many people jumped in and started to support me and they started to help me. And and for the first time in my life, I felt seen. I felt held. I felt like there's someone really care to hear my pain. For the first time in my life, I'm not muted. I can
Mm.
speak, and I felt love, compassion. So that that person, I'm honoring his name, Trey Coase. Trey Coase is the founder of Two Broke for Therapy. Today, Two Broke for Therapy is number one mental health support club on Clubhouse and having over 240 K
Mm.
members.
Wow, that is
Uh,
a lot.
yes, and it's a great honor, a great privilege to be an admin for this club. Today, I'm not just managing safe space on Two Broke for Therapy, I also do it in both Arabic and English.
Mm.
Uh, so today I'm studying psychology because before starting that, everyone was keep telling me how how my nature is that, how I can connect details, how I can see through things, how I can read between the lines, and people started to make me see how good I am. I never know how good I was. I never knew I had that skills, that talents, and it's ended up studying psychology just to be certified, um, so I can work in, so I can work in legal way and
Hmm.
to be able to to make it as a career, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Well, um, what an amazing story. Goes to show that when it comes to social media, there are some positive things out there. It's all on what you look for, and it's all on what you do. Not everything is, disruptive and destructive out there. Um, Now, thank goodness for the people out there that do great things when it comes to social media, that support people, people who are advocates for good mental health, because if you didn't go into that safe space, if you didn't go into that area at that time when you needed it the most, things could have been totally different. We may have not even be having this conversation today if you didn't have those people in there supporting you and
Hmm.
uplifting you. So I just want to say thank you to everybody out there who puts positive messages out there, everyone who uplifts. There's so many great people out there, and I call it social media land, that do such great things to help support people, posting affirmations, so many great posts, and just dropping by and saying, "How are you?" People do it to me all the time. You never know what people are going through, so it's amazing. We have Abdul in the building tonight. Anybody who's just coming through, passing through, all the way from Dubai, sharing his story, greatness, is right here on the phone with us tonight. And as we know, you don't just wake up great. You don't just become great. I know some people think that it's just, I'm just so great and I'm just so amazing. There's a process for you to become great. There's a process for you to become amazing, and it takes some work. And I love how you said that you have to communicate with self and tell yourself, no, these thoughts are horrible. We're not going to go there anymore. And I can relate to you on that because I would always think so horrible about so many different situations, very pessimistic, never thought right about anything. But now today, I have to tell myself, we're not doing that. We're not playing this game. This is not happening. You know, you are where you are now for a reason, and we're not going to go there. So I get that where you call your thoughts, you say they're dum dums. Like, we're not going to do this. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing that with us. For those of you out there who don't understand what that means, if you've ever been in a situation where you were your own worst enemy for so long, the first thing that your brain will do, the first thing that your mind will do, is almost attack itself and try to trick you into thinking that you are not greatness, you are not wonderful, you are not a masterpiece. Everything that we are, everything that we've been created to be, over a period of time, we it can become deteriorated by just everyday life, everyday challenges, things that you come up against. It just erodes away time after time, day after day. If you don't build yourself up, it just gets torn down. So as much of the nonsense, as much of the drama, much of the abuse, trauma, whatever you've been through that you experience in life, just as much of that has been put in, then you got to go on double. You got to go on triple. You got to quadruple it and uplift yourself with positive things so that you can get that mind set to be back on a positive note and not taking so much negativity. Because whatever you take in, ultimately you're going to end up believing it. So pour more positive stuff into yourself, believe more in yourself so that the positive outweighs the negative. That was a whole lot. but it's so true. What would you like to go ahead and leave us with tonight?
Can you repeat that, please? The last part?
Yes, what message would you like to leave us with tonight?
Yeah. I just wanted to share my heart with you. Uh, for me, I'm talking to you. Just now, I know that you have many uh, people here listening. So for you, Lyrene, for everyone who's sharing their energy with us, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for raising my voice. Thank you for giving me a space to be held, to be heard, to be seen.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming
Yeah,
on. I mean,
yeah.
you're already you're
This is
already
my
go ahead.
yeah. This is all I wanted to leave you with.
Well, before I let you go, I just want to say thank you so much again. Thank you for sharing your story. It's so deep. I mean, wow. When I say we never know what's going to happen when we come into the 411, we have no idea. I had no idea that you would break through and share your story. And even though it started off rough with a beautiful ending, that it's going to be what you're living right now anyway. It's not even the end. It's what you're currently living right now. But just thank you so much for coming on. But I always ask people when they're from different time zones and they cross the line, just like you're on Wednesday, here it is Tuesday. So technically, you already can see the future.
Mm.
So can you let me know what the future brings since you're already in the future? What is Wednesday going to be like? Oh, well, he hung up. I'm sure Wednesday is going to be amazing. Let me call it back so I can say goodbye to him the right way. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, could you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me.
Hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Well, you got to, respect it for whatever it is. We did call Dubai and almost been on the phone for a good 40 minutes.
Hey,
You can hear me? So, I mean, we were able to at least speak to him for the most part tonight. And we got a good message, and I could hear him loud and clear. Well, I don't know if you can hear me, but I want to say thank you so much. Good night and happy birthday. And I wanted to know what Wednesday was like, but as soon as I started asking, see, there you go. You should not be trying to find out what's in the future. Worry about today, live in the moment. As soon as I started asking what the future was, the phone hung up. So I got it. I got my message loud and clear. For those of you, stay away from trying to figure out what the future is going to bring because you need to just live in the moment and stop trying to ask questions. I got my message loud and clear. But for those of you out there, we're going to go ahead and do this burning question segment real quick before we get out of here. The question I have to ask for you, ask each and every one of you out there tonight is what steps do you take when you feel like throwing in the towel? Like, I know it's not easy. There's some times where we go through some things and, oh, he's calling us back. Hello, how are you?
here we go. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, I made a joke and I started to ask questions about can you tell us what the future is like because you're already in Wednesday, and then the phone started to hang up. So then I thought about it and I said, well, you know that we're really not supposed to know what's going on in the future. We're just supposed to embrace and live in a moment. So don't even tell us what Wednesday's like. We'll figure it out on our own. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but
Yeah, now I can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
And you were asking about how my Wednesday is gonna go.
Yeah, I was asking you what Wednesday is gonna bring, but I figure we probably need to leave that alone.
Yeah, yeah, please leave it
Mm,
alone because
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
every time you ask me this, the line start going off.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Every time I asked that question, the line got shut off. So no better than that. I I know you asked. You told us a lot. The question that I have tonight is, what steps do you take when you feel like throwing in a towel? Um, and then you gave us some of that today. You said you talk to your inner self and you ask questions and you sort of bring yourself back into where you are in the moment, and then you tell yourself that you got this, you can do it. So I was just asking everybody out there tonight, what are some steps that you take when you feel like throwing in a towel? We've all been there, and the sad part about it is that you're going to be there again. Like, this is life, this is reality. And I had to even tell myself that it's not over. Every day is a struggle. Every day is going to be a journey. Every day you have to push yourself to get to that true happiness. And if you think that one day you're just going to get all the money in the world, you're going to get all of the fame in the world, you're going to have all of the friends, you're going to have all of the women, men, whatever it is, and you're just going to be happy, the answer to that is absolutely not. At some point, you will want to end up throwing in that towel and giving up all of that stuff. So, you want to weigh in on
Yeah.
that?
So I would love to reflect on that regarding how I handle that feelings of giving up. Uh, First of all, I pause. I pause. I take a deep breath and I started to close my eyes, focus on what I'm listening to. I'm listening to sound of bed. I'm listening to air. I'm listening to music. So I start to separate myself from my trigger, and I
Mm,
started to understand and make myself feel safe. I'm hijacked. My amygdala is hijacking my brain, and um, this is not true. This is the feeling of the past. This is not the feeling of now.
mm,
So that helps me a lot to be connected to now. As one of the most trauma reaction common is to give up. It's a trauma response. It's always coming from me. From I know this is a trauma response. So as much as I understand myself, as much as I understand where I'm coming from, whenever I have that desire to give up, I I, I check if I'm triggered. I check if this where is this sound coming from, and I have many techniques for myself, like I'm journaling, and I
mm,
do have a safe space, so I'm sharing my truth. So
mm,
I'm speaking my heart. I'm speaking what is alive in me, and I'm sharing this in a safe space with someone, so I can go deeper and deeper and understand what I best. I can put. Uh, I can make my answer very short, and my answer will be in one word, which is facing and living that feelings.
mm.
That's it. I'm,
Okay.
I'm, I'm not gonna dismiss. I'm not gonna disallow myself from feel what I'm feeling, from living what I'm living. So if I feel like giving up, absolutely there is something there giving me a hint,
Mm,
and
mm-hmm,
I, I I I need to sit with that
oh yeah.
because if I didn't sit with that, it will come again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's
hope that
ama-
answers that.
that's amazing response. Thank you so much for that. One thing that I have to say is that whenever I start to feel like giving up, I'm like, there's a reason why you feeling this way. You feeling this way because there's something that you have. Because if you didn't have it, you wouldn't feel this way. The enemy wouldn't want you to stop. So obviously, you got something going on. Somebody wants something from you. So you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. Like, don't ever let the enemy win by giving up. So whenever I feel that way, I'm like, This is not right. And anytime I have any fear, I'm like, fear is not of God. You know, God is love. So fear is obviously from the dark side, from the other side. And I just write stuff down. I seen it out there. People said they write. Um, I just start writing stuff to remind myself like fear is failure. So you want to fear something, then you're failing. And I know one thing that I do is I win. So when I look at that, I'm like, all right, yeah, no, that's a joke. We're not doing that. Somebody says I place myself in timeout. That's another thing that I do too as well. When there's too much going on, too many people talking, too much stuff in my ear, even when I just see a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's just time to shut it down. I don't want to hear anything, and I don't even want to see anything. Shut out the lights, put on some meditation music, and take your brain to a whole nother place so you can get away from all of the everyday BS that goes on. Um, Young says, Yo, Laren, what's good, bro? Always appreciate you checking out my IG stories and liking my posts. Keep doing your thing, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody out there who came through on Instagram tonight. And thank you so much, Abdul, from coming all the way in from Dubai. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting me, holding me, make me feel safe. Everything here is safe. I really feel there is no threat, there is no enemies, there is a friend, there is a human in the other life. And thanks for creating, uh, using your creativity to create this beautiful podcast. And yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a privilege. It's an honor. And thanks everyone who listened from their heart.
You are so welcome, and we will definitely have to get you back on again. And I'll check in with you to see how everything is going. And happy birthday, and be safe and enjoy.
Yeah, be safe.
All right.
Peace be upon and everyone.
Yes. Peace be with you. Take care. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. So, like I said, what an amazing experience. You never know what is going to happen here on the 411 podcast. First of all, thank you all for coming through and supporting. It's been amazing. People out there on Facebook, Instagram was lit up tonight. Twitter, I strongly encourage everyone to check me out on YouTube at Laren Gaines. Please subscribe and check out the YouTube experience. I love great things that are happening over on YouTube. So you get the full experience on YouTube. Um, you can also check me out on D Live. Thank you so much to the new people who supported from Twitch. I'm also on Twitch, so you can go ahead and support me there as well. Also, you can get small clips from the show on Daily Motion. Everything is at Laren Gaines. And I just want to say thank you so much again. I have to give very special thanks to my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without him, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing, and of course, wouldn't be coming in here showing the love and support that you do. So I got to give credit where credit is due, and just give it to him first. Now, if you would like to support the 411 podcast or Reading Between the Wines, go ahead and click that link above all of my social media platforms and go inside of Volume 1.5 Deliberation Remix Journal. And you too can go ahead and experience what it's like on that 30-day transformational journey towards a healthier mindset. Everything that you see in me, people who have watched me from day one, people who've known me from years ago, obviously this has been a transformation. Obviously my mindset has changed and I don't think the same way. I don't even speak the same way. I don't even look the same way of what I used to in the past, but this has all been just this transformational journey into becoming the person that I am today. And that's all positive thinking, speaking good things into myself. I'm going to give you a little bit about my past, tell you about where I'm at here today, but where we all are at here today, this is just where we're at today. That means tomorrow is a bigger and better day and a brighter day if you choose to make it that way. And the only way that you can go ahead and fix that is if you write and you think and you speak what you want. Don't let anybody write anything, post anything, speak anything, or say anything about you. Like I say today, people don't get to tell me who I am today. I tell you who I am. So go ahead and pick up volume 1.5 and check it out. Now, tomorrow, we have my brother, Mr. Nate Perry, coming in the building on Reading Between the Wines. What's going on, Will? How are you? Thank you for coming in. Brooklyn in the house tomorrow. Brooklyn gonna be in the house on Thursday as well. We have Joe Calico from Crazy Capital Media. All of the people that supported me and continue to help me be who I am today. Those two brothers, they helped me out. Nate Perry Photography. Y'all go ahead and check him out. And then, okay, Joe Calico, all of the hip hop, all of the Brooklyn style that you can get right here Thursday, 4-in-1 podcast. So now tomorrow, it's Wednesday, Reading Between the Wines. So I need you to go ahead and set your reminders. Check me out at 8 p.m. We definitely going to do it with my brother Nate Perry. He writes and he's a photographer. He does a lot of different things. So check us out tomorrow. And on that note, I will see y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Thank you so much again, Instagram people, for coming in. I appreciate you so much. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Thank you so much. Take care, y'all. Good night.